Hi, I'm Rob.
And I'm Rob.
And I'm Dave.
Wow, we have a super special Ask Rob and Rob and Dave this week because, yes, we are joined by Dave Cookson from Charles Louis Mortgages. We are blessed because Dave's knowledge on mortgages is second to none. And we've got him in for your questions. Now, that would be normally enough excitement for one episode, but we are launching Property Hub Mortgages, and Charles Louis and Dave Cookson are powering that service. It's super exciting, but if you want to find out more, go to propertyhub.net/mortgages. And now you know we've got Dave's smarts available to us at any point or time, you'll probably want to get your mortgage questions in. So, how'd you do it? The good news is the process hasn't changed.
If you've got a question of your own to send in, then make sure you do. We make it really easy for you. All you've got to do is call 013 808 0035 or go to propertyhub.net/ask. Either way, just leave us a voicemail and we'll get your question answered for you. So now you know how to send in your question. You can be pondering that. Let's get into the questions that have already come in. This first one is a really interesting one from Rita.
Hi, Rob and Rob. My name is Rita. Recently, my first child was born, and this got me thinking about what would happen to the property portfolio which I have built in case of my death, and how I could take care of my family if the worst would happen. The buy-to-let properties I own are mortgaged on interest only, 75% loan-to-value mortgages. My questions would be, if I die, would my husband be forced to sell and to repay the buy-to-let mortgages? And under what circumstances could he potentially keep the properties with possibly the mortgages in place? He's currently a stay-at-home dad, and I'm worried that he would not meet the lender's personal requirements for the loan, and I'm worried that if he would be forced to sell within a very limited time, for instance, I may die when there is a crash in the property market, and he will be forced to sell at a low price. And at last, would it be maybe possible to leave some of my mortgage portfolio to my infant children? I know it is not the kind of topic we like to think about, but I think it's very important to know what would happen if I need to make an unexpected exit. Thanks in advance, and bye.
Rita, what a brilliant question. Not many people ask me this, so quite intrigued. And I think it's something we should all be asking ourselves as investors. And what does happen to your properties when you die? Well, the answer is that they will go into probate. If you've left the will behind, that would hopefully be quite quick. Probably best off speaking to lawyers with regards to that. So hopefully you've got a good lawyer you can have a chat to and discuss that. Yes, they will have to be sold to repay the debt, but there are other things which you can do. You can take life insurance out. If it's within a limited company, there are various other different protections we can put in place for you to cover that off. So if you worked hard to build this portfolio and you're looking to leave something for the children, something for the husband or the wife, whoever it may be, do look into getting insurances. What an area that people do not explore enough. It really is. And we are, as a company, looking to focus on that. We're in discussions with a couple of the large insurance companies at this moment in time to see if we can set up a bespoke insurance policy which will sit inside the limited companies. We are working on it. Watch this space. We feel that it's untapped gap in the market, which the insurance companies are not filling at the moment. And that's due to because it's quite a new market, really. You know, we've seen such a huge increase in the limited company buy-to-let market, but also an individual. There are products out there which can take away those nerves and make life easier for the family if the unbearable happened and we were to pass away. So what a really good question. And I think some people are too afraid to ask that question at some point, but it's something we should all be doing. We should all be looking into planning for any mishap, which is probably not a strong enough word, but you know, what can happen in the future. So thank you ever so much for the question, Rita.
You're right. That doesn't come up enough. It's something that none of us, I think, really want to think about, but we probably should do. So thank you, Rita, for giving us a chance to answer that one. Let's have a listen to our second question now. This one is from Adam.
Hi, Rob and Rob. It's Adam here. Just a quick question for you. You talk about the importance of working with a good mortgage broker and say how important it is that they're like experienced in buy-to-let and that they're a good problem solver. But my question is, what can I actually ask a potential broker before working with them to find out if they're any good? Obviously, if I just ask them, they'll say yes. So yeah, any kind of advice you have would be really great. Looking forward to your answer. Thank you.
Well, Adam, good question again. How can you ensure you're working with the right mortgage broker? Well, there are a couple of things you can put into play. Have a chat to them. What's their knowledge of the mortgage market? In our industry now, what's happened is we've become all too reliable on our computers and our software. And actually that can only provide us with facts. It can't provide us with the creativity in the market. So problem solving. So I'd first of all be asking them with regards to simple questions, how are the rental stress calculations affecting the market at the moment? See if they've got a knowledge bank which is away from the computer. See if they know what's happening with the limited company buy-to-let market. Is it growing? Are there any new lenders in there? Questions which may seem trivial, but it's something which the software will not be able to answer. Ask about track history. Are they buy-to-let landlords? What's their history? Do they charge a fee? When are those fees charged? Have a look at the website. Make sure that they are, if they've got Trustpilot on there. There are many ways of doing it, and possibly, Rob, we should be doing something a little bit more on this in the future. I would like to explore it in a bit more detail.
Yep, let's do it, because I think that's something that so many people struggle with. If you're taking on someone to do something that you don't know how to do, how can you assess their knowledge? But as we've seen already, there are some things that you can do, and I'm sure that's helpful, Adam, but we will get into more depth on that in a future episode of the podcast. So that is 2 more mortgage questions put to bed. Thank you so much to Dave Cookson for joining us today. If you want to speak to him or his team, you can do that via propertyhub.net/mortgages. And I'll be seeing you again with Rob B back on the Property Podcast on Thursday. So I'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.